And it's based around three simple ideas of stuffing, shelving, and splitting the legs, okay? So what this means is, if I go in and I lock a body lock, I can play a game where I either shelf Bernardo's legs on mine, like so, that his legs are shelved on mine, whether it be with a front or a side body lock. We can play a game where we stuff Bernardo's leg into a half guard, where we body lock him, we step over a leg, and then we force him into a half guard, where now we can play from a half guard or past our partner's top leg. Okay, one of the great utilities of using body lock passing is that it gets you past the annoying top leg in a half guard. Okay, whereas if I was just to push him into half guard, now I have to get past his knee shield and his arm. If I can use a body lock to step over into half guard, now I'm past all of his frames. Okay, so we can stuff the leg and step over into half guard. So we can shelf the leg, we can stuff the leg, and we can also split the legs. Either with one of my legs, where I use a sprawling method, for example, and I sprawl past one of Bernardo's butterfly hooks, so now I split the legs with my two legs, or with my one leg, or, this is the best, I can use a double split method, where I take an elbow inside, and maybe I can't step over into half guard, Bernardo's stopping me, he has his knee up high, and I feel like I just can't get into half guard. I can double split the legs, where now from here, two of my legs split Bernardo's legs. Now when he goes to keep his guard, there's just nothing he can do. It's a pretty easy thing to start passing or stepping over into half guard. So it's going to be based around these three simple ideas. We can shelf the leg, we can stuff the leg into a half guard, or we can split the leg with either one or two of our legs. So that's the general idea. So one of the biggest things is if I flatten Bernardo out, he will always try to be looking to forward shift and sit me up, and then go into some kind of off balance where he gets my head to the floor and goes sumigeshi. So you're talking about one of the big things we're looking at in this instructional, and one of the big things we were looking at yesterday is a conversion from a front body lock into a side body lock, okay? When you look at people talking about body lock passing, normally what they always reference is front body locks, where Bernardo has two of his hooks inside and two of his knees around me. But the best body lock of all is a side body lock. And we can convert from a front body lock, where Bernardo goes to forward shift me, and I can take the legs by, and I can convert to a side body lock, where now from here we go in, and we start locking our hands. And we can pass it side body locks as well as front body locks. Another thing we're looking at is to erase the arbitrary line between open and closed hands. Normally, when people teach body locks, it's either you're a body lock passer or you're a tight waist passer. And if you lock your hands, you're taught to lock your hands and never let go until you pass. But this is the wrong idea. Right here, if Bernardo tries hard to stay up on his right hand, it's hard for me to actually pass his guard from here. I can't put his back on the floor. So I play a game where I switch between, and this is from front body locks and side body locks altogether. I switch between locked hands and unlocked hands to start going in and flattening Bernardo out. Yep. Or switching if I can't step over Bernardo's knee, for example, from a front body lock, I can use a tight waist, I can unlock my hands, I can go in, I can step over the legs, or I can relock the hands with an inside elbow. There's a ton of different things I can do where I can start with locked hands, then unlock them, or start with unlocked hands, and then go in and lock them. And there's no reason why you can't flow between locked and unlocked as you go through these passes. Yep. So normally, whenever I go in and usually it happens off side body locks, where I go here and Bernardo knows if he faces me, he's going to get pinned. So what happens is he starts turning away into turtle position, and now my whole thing from here is just negate his movement to make Bernardo less athletic than I am. What I don't want is to try to make myself more athletic than Bernardo and chase the head and come up, and then as scramble ensues and he maybe gets away from me. So I want to make Bernardo less athletic than I am by putting in a deep tight waist and putting my ear on his back. And now I just hang off Bernardo's body. When he goes to get up and get away from me, it's a very labored movement. He can do it, but he has to start scissoring his legs. And as he does that, he scissors, he's carrying my body weight now, and as he comes up,
man, that's incredible.
I can insert one hook, I can go into my power half attacking turtle series, and then we can break him down, and then eventually insert our second hook. So our whole thing is, we play a dilemma between pinning a guy if they face us, and taking their back if they turn away.